What's up, guys? Today we're doing Baker Mayfield in his triumphant return, if you can call it that, against the Baltimore Ravens. Baker Mayfield actually put up a pretty good game. It was a B game. I know that he only scored 3 points, was it? I know that he technically had 2 interceptions. We're going to go through all those plays and see why one of the interceptions is totally fraudulent. And Baker did more than enough to put up more than 3 points. This game was absolutely not on him, but we have some typical Panthers, just mental mistakes from the offensive line. We got a typical Shi Smith fumble, and we've got a dropped pass that would have been a touchdown. Overall, I gave Baker an elite throw, 2 great throws, and 4 solid throws with 4 bad throws and a pickable. Add in the positive run. It was a really good performance, not a great performance. I gave it a strict B. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking, this guy's fucking crazy. He's a Baker Mayfield stan. So let's get to the tape, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. So I have to show you on NFL.com because the stream that I'm going to use for the rest of the video got a little choppy, but the Panthers are going to come out with a play-action bootleg, and Baker's going to throw a nice ball into DJ Moore. It's a really good throw, on the run, on the sideline. Solid throw. Is exactly how you want to get your game started. Back to the regular copy. Panthers are going to throw a screen. They want to get the ball to Laviska Shenault with room to run. They love his ability after the catch. I'm not totally certain why. I know that he's had a couple big plays, but I don't think it's sustainable. Regardless, that's what they're trying to do. They run the ball on 3rd and 1 to pick up a new set. Here, Baker goes through his entire progression. He's a little slow to do so. You'll note up here... Oh, I went back too far. But you'll note when we get back to the play that at the top of the screen, the 2 receivers are bracketed. They are totally covered. I don't know why I went back so far. You'll note up here, these receivers are totally covered. He needs to check it down to the running back. He wastes a little bit of time, navigates the pocket properly, so that's a plus pocket movement. And he checks it down properly, just late. And that's not the worst thing. He's got the arm talent to buy himself time late, but could be better. Bad process. Here on 3rd and 5, Baker just gets eaten alive. Just completely overwhelmed. The offensive line does not block anybody. Bradley Bozeman misses Calais Campbell. The running back completely whiffs on Patrick Queen. We've got a right guard here just not blocking anybody. Ike Ekwonu has been run over by 2 men while Brady Christensen stands idly by. It's just a debacle. That's a no-fault sack, not on Baker. So on the first drive, Baker has a solid throw, a pedestrian throw, a no-fault sack, and 2 plus pocket movements. Pretty good start, but not enough to transcend anything, obviously. As Panthers come out in RPO, I'm going to show you the all-22 on this play just because it's a drop, but it's hard to tell from this copy. Like, you can clearly see that the ball gets hit by something. It's Terrence Marshall's hands. But just because it touches the hand doesn't mean that it's catchable. Here it is. I'm just not sure how much better he could have thrown that. See if we can watch it in slow-mo real quick. Come on, you gotta have that. So the Panthers are going to respond to that by running on 2nd and 10, wasted down, and then on 3rd and 10 they're going to try this weird screen where here's a wall of blockers, 1, 2, 3 wide receivers blocking, and then a lead blocking running back. So the idea is there's one receiver running a route, get the ball to Shenault, and then they want hat on hat, hat on hat, hat on hat, lead blocker. Shenault can bend it around this wall and up the sideline for yards after the catch. But you'll note Shi Smith right here completely fails his job, as always. Shi Smith is a constant fuck-up. That's all he ever does, and it ruins the play. Watching the Carolina Panthers hurts, especially when Shi Smith is involved in the play. But he keeps getting opportunities because he went to Southern Carolina. Panthers are going to come out running the ball again. More wasted downs. You're just not going to run the ball against the Ravens front. Calais Campbell's too good. Patrick Queen's too fast. Roquan Smith's too good. So on 3rd and 9, Baker's in another disadvantageous situation, and he throws a pedestrian ball. Now, typically, a 3rd and 9 curl that goes for about 7 yards would be good, but you'll see on the all-22 that I'll show you in a moment, this is actually a bad throw. Now, I know what you're thinking. It hits him in the hands, but when you see the all-22 tight copy, you may notice that actually it was a really good catch by DJ Moore, for once. That's drive 3, 1 pass, completed. Just not enough because the Panthers are putting Baker in terrible situations. Not on purpose, they just suck. So Lamar turns the ball over, and we're on to drive 4. Now, if I had to guess, I'm going to say that this is a play-action short boot. Play action, boot, and the throw is relatively short. It's a solid throw, though. On the run, solid throw. Another run. And 1st and 10, nice little screen. Pedestrian is all hell. Doesn't get easier than that, right? You'll note that Baker's 7 of 8 and his only incompletion was a drop. It's not that he's not executing the offense, it's that the offense is not effective enough to beat this defense. Here, Baker steps up, great job, runs for the 1st down, that's a positive run. If he would have checked it down, I don't think he would have gotten there. I think he needs the lead blocker of the running back, Chuba Hubbard, to get that 1st down. I don't think Chuba Hubbard would have made it without a lead blocker. So that's a really good job. They run the ball on 1st and 10. It's a waste. You should never run the ball against the Ravens. They're too good. Baker has a clean pocket, steps up, and hits a great throw that is dropped. It's a really good play by Marlon Humphrey to get over there and break up the ball, but Tommy Tremble's a tight end. He needs to hang on to that fucking ball. Doesn't matter. It would have come back anyway because of a chop block, because the Panthers are a poorly coached and disheveled team, but alas, here on 2nd and 25, watch the Panthers do something stupid. Oh no, play action and a tight end screen. Everybody bit for that play action on 2nd and 25, and the tight end screen, I mean, everybody knows that's how you get big yardage. Put the ball in the hands of your least athletic offensive player. 3rd and 12, another bad down and distance, and this is just a ridiculously bad snap. I really hope they give you the replay. If they don't, I'm going to have to find it for you, because the center didn't snap the ball. He rolled it. Okay, well, the snap was so bad that he got a penalty. Take my word for it. It didn't even get back to Baker Mayfield. It hit the center, snapped it into his own asshole, and that's a bad throw. So to start the 2nd half, the Panthers will come out, more play action. Baker does a really good job. That's a great pocket movement to get the free rusher to jump and check it down to the screen. Pedestrian throw, really good job otherwise. So 3rd and 6 yet again, and Baker misses. It was a little bit of a hold, but it's a missed throw. It should have been more catchable, and then I think maybe you get the penalty call. Anyway, another short drive, another inopportune time for Baker to throw on 3rd and long, and more really poorly designed plays that amount to nothing unless the defense fucks up, and the Ravens don't fuck up. As inept as the Panthers are as a team and as a coaching staff, Lamar Jackson has been just as inept, so the Panthers will get another shot, still only down 3 in the 2nd half. Baker with a really nice pump fake and another drop. So right here, there's a free rushing jumper. Baker does an awesome job to throw him off with his shoulder fake and makes a solid throw that DJ Moore just drops again. So far, that's 3 drops already in this game for Baker. There is a great throw. This is borderline elite. Only issue is it's not far enough downfield. It's from about the 45 to about the 35, opposite 35, obviously. It's a 20-yard throw. It's great, though. I mean, you can't put that on him any better. Oh, pressure bearing down, so you give him the plus move. Just a really good throw. A great throw. Here, not as much. Baker runs the wrong way into pressure, breaks out of it, and makes a really good throwaway. So that's a plus pocket move and a throwaway, but I don't love the pocket presence. It could have been better. Here, Baker does a really good job of getting the ball out so quickly that the free rusher can't bat the ball. He's basically putting on a clinic of how not to get balls batted at the line, despite many opportunities to bat the ball at the line. And here we just won't grade this throw because the hold was so egregious that you can't. It ruins the play. He was being massively interfered with. You can't grade that throw because you have no idea where anybody's supposed to be. That's an elite throw. That's an elite throw. From the 18-yard line, Baker throws it down the sideline. Absolutely no separation. Receiver gets hands on it. Has to be caught. That's an elite throw. There's literally no better place you could have put it. That should be a touchdown. And Baker got robbed. Here on 3rd and 13, Baker makes a very bad decision. He tries to run for it, and he absolutely shouldn't. That's a negative run with a plus movement because he did avoid pressure in the pocket. He should have pulled it down and thrown it. There had to be an option on 3rd and 13. Just put it up there. But he lives to fight another day. Not the worst result. Tie game. I often make a big deal out of how well Justin Herbert has to play just in order to score touchdowns. Note that Baker just put together an elite drive, and it only amounted to a field goal because the Panthers are just that inept. Even when he makes accurate throws, they drop him. Here, just a pedestrian little check down. Nothing to it. Panthers are getting some momentum. Look at that. They're actually moving the ball. They're out at their own 20. Play action. Baker runs away and makes a good... it's a pedestrian throw, but it's a really good job to avoid pressure. So he gets 2+ pocket movements. 1 for throwing on the run, 1 for avoiding the rush. Face mask. Panthers are chugging down the field. Surely they'll score here. Look at how dumb this is. We've got a blocker blocking his own running back that's supposed to be on the screen. So when Baker throws him the ball, it hits the blocker in the ass because he's lost. It's a pedestrian throw. He threw it where he's supposed to. His home guy broke up the pass. That's egregiously bad football. These are high school level problems, and they're all mental errors. And of course, Ike Ekwonu's jumping off sides, or false starting, because why wouldn't he? It's a routine throw by Baker. Good job by the running back to get some yards after the catch, but it's 3rd and 14. What do you expect? Now here, the Panthers forfeit. It's 4th and 3 in a tie game against a team that's much, much, much better than them. They need to go for it, but they don't. They take a fucking delay of game to get more room to punt. More egregiously bad coaching. Every time I watch the Panthers, I come away saying the word egregious over and over again. It is just sad to watch. Play action every first down. It's a good idea, but eventually they're going to stop buying it. And here Baker just has to get the ball away. It's a free rush in his face. It's a positive throwaway. Baker gets a little scared off by the pressure, but he makes a pedestrian throw. Fits it in there nice with a plus movement. And Shi Smith fumbles because what does Shi Smith do? Fuck everything up. That's all he ever does. And that's going to be the game. At this point, I turned this game off, put on something else more entertaining because the Panthers just can't come back from giving up a free touchdown. They can't move the ball as it is, and if they're going to drop touchdown passes and fumble on regular plays, it's over. Panthers are down 10, and you figure they got to throw the ball now, right? Nah, first down run up the gut. Why would we want yards? Here, just absolutely no time to throw. Offensive line gets walked back. Taylor Moton actually might belong to Jason Pierre-Paul now. I think that's how that works. I think he's his bitch. Got to hold his pocket. That's a no-fault sack. It's just immediate pressure. Kid's getting wrecked. This will be a really good view of it. Just completely unblocked. You got your right tackle getting walked into your nuts. You've got your right guard not blocking anybody. Just stupid. So 3rd and 17, and it's a bad snap. Baker corrals it, looks around, and I hate that. I really hate that he's been so castrated he just hits the fucking check down. But hey, his completion percentage will stay high, and he knows he's going for it on 4th down. 4th and 7, and you got a cornerback blitz that the offensive lineman was notified about but couldn't pick up. Nothing Baker can do. Again, no fault sack. Just an overmatched Panthers team that does not belong playing the top half of the NFL. They're just so bad. And it sucks because when they play bad teams, these things work. When you play a bad defensive line or a poorly coordinated defense, you don't have to worry about this. But here, they just... when you know it's coming, when the right tackle sees the cornerback blitzing and he still doesn't pick it up, that's sad. Baker's going to get one more crack at this. Here, he's going to throw a check down after navigating the pocket really well, give him the plus movements, give him the pedestrian throw. It's a drop, and I don't think that it would have helped, actually. Here, there's an offside, so Baker's got a free play. He tries to throw it to one of his deeper receivers. It's a curl. He misses. I'm going to grade it as bad because Terrence Marshall had no shot at that ball. That was a bad throw. But he won't have to pay for those sins. Here, Baker throws a nice little check down to Shi Smith. Did he fumble again? No, he caught the ball and didn't fumble. Look at Shi Smith go. He's putting together wins. Baker getting the ball out again under pressure. Like, this is prevent defense, and the Ravens are heating Baker up. That is how you know that the Panthers are not a serious offense. And then here he's just scrambling. He's late on the read because he's scrambling, rolling out. It's a pickable ball. It's in garbage time. It doesn't matter. This game was over already, but that is a pickable ball. He was also under siege, so we're going to give him 2+ pocket movements because he avoids one rush and then he throws while moving. Here he avoids this rush by stepping outside, and then he throws while moving, and he shouldn't have thrown it there. You just don't pick on Marlon Humphrey, an elite cornerback, that late. He tried to put it inside where only Shi Smith has a shot at it, but it's Shi Smith, so you can't expect him to make a play for you. Like, you know that this guy shouldn't be in the league. Alright, I don't even like grading these kind of garbage time plays, but I'll show them to you, I guess. It's a neutral run. He's just throwing the ball away while not putting the ball in the air. More false starts. It's actually a good throw, but it's prevent defense, so it doesn't matter. Like, the Ravens don't care if he completes that. There's not enough time to get a touchdown and a field goal to tie. It's actually a bad throw. Underthrew it to a special. But I'm not grading any of these plays because this is complete and total garbage time. Like, Baker's going to put up stats here, but none of them mean anything. Actually, this second down throw is pretty good. He really fires it in there. Tight coverage. Just a drop, again, by Terrence Marshall. Here, Baker's late over the middle, and therefore there are jumpers who can deflect the ball. That get picked? That's unreal. Yeah, it's a bad ball, but it's not a pick. And also, we're not grading this because it doesn't matter. Let's get to the charts. So, as you can see, I gave Baker a B for this game. You may be wondering, why? I'll tell you, because he threw an elite pass. That throw down near the goal line to Terrence Marshall that he just couldn't reel in, that hit him right in the hands, right up against his chest. Perfect throw. Should have been a touchdown. And if it's a touchdown, this game looks wildly different. But it wasn't, so it didn't. He had 2 really great passes, throwing the ball downfield, hitting it on a needle. The one to Tommy Tremble was awesome, and then there was another one to Terrence Marshall. He had 4 solid passes, 15 pedestrian passes, and then he only had 4 bad passes in the pickable before that final drive, which was prevent defense, and we're not counting. If I counted the final drive, which was prevent defense, and we're not counting, he would look a little bit better, but I'm not, because it isn't indicative of anything. The Ravens wanted the Panthers to drive all the way down the field and score a field goal, at the least, and then just kneel the game out. They did not care. Additionally, on the non-throwing side, Baker had a positive run, that first down run on 3rd and 10 or so, 3rd and 8. He was sacked 3 times, but none of them were his fault. It wasn't a processing issue. It was just Baker being under siege, offensive linemen blowing their protections. He had 2 throwaways, both of which were positive, and he did have 1 negative run when he absolutely shouldn't have run on that 3rd and 13 down in the red zone. That was terrible. He made 17 positive moves to avoid the rush, which is a really high percentage, especially when you consider that they really only threw the ball 29 times. So he's basically moving around in the pocket, salvaging the play every time he drops back, much more than half. On the day, he was accurate on 81.5% of his passes. That's really, really high. For reference, in Sunday Night Football, Patrick Mahomes, who was great, 76.5. Justin Herbert, who was amazing, 78.6. So 81.5% completion is really high. Granted, it's because Baker had a lot of easier plays. He had 52% cheap plays, basically. That's really high. It's a full percentage point higher than the league average, and the league average is too high for my taste anyway. But when you're only asked to do a few things, and you mostly do them, and you do them well, you're going to have a high grade. If Terrence Marshall catches that ball that's perfectly thrown down by the end zone, that's a touchdown, and we're looking at a 13-10 game. If Shi Smith doesn't fumble in his own red zone, we're looking at a 10-10 game. And if Baker Mayfield took the Panthers to Baltimore in his first start returning, against Baltimore being the best defense they've been by a mile, because they weren't great to start with, but they have really come on lately. If he had a tie game against Baltimore late in the fourth quarter, or God forbid won that game, you guys would be singing his praises. So don't let the results take away from the process, right? That throw, it's all on tape. That throw to Terrence Marshall, that was elite. It was an amazing throw. That throw down the seam to Tommy Tremble, I think it was a really great throw. You can't dispute it. So, as always, I want to know what you guys disagree with, because I know I'm going to take heat for saying that this was a good performance by Baker Mayfield. A B is a good performance. I want to know where you disagree. What am I missing? I think he had 3 or 4 drops before that. Again, we're not counting that last drive, but if we did, it would probably help because he did move the ball pretty effectively before the batted pass turned into a pick. And I don't want to hear that he gets a lot of passes batted because he avoided 3 or 4 batted passes today simply by maneuvering the pocket so well. So let me know. I think this was a good, not great game. I know that you guys are going to say it sucked. So tell me why. And if I see a skull face or a clown face emoji, I'm going to ignore you because you're not a real person and you're not trying to engage. But if you leave a little timestamp saying exactly when in the video the play you disagree with happens and explain a little bit about what you think happened, we can have a discourse. And I'd really like to know because trust me, I would love to think that football was as simple as Baker Mayfield sucks and that's why he can't win or score points. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. If you can show me why I'm wrong, I would love to hear it. Till next time, I'm going to be recording Justin Herbert or Marcus Mariota.